Hivyo haina haja wewe utumike. Hakuna pesa ambazo zinaweza kutoshana na maisha ya mwananchi. Usitumike kuweza kuharibu mikutano ya wengine. Sisi hatutaingilia mikutano ya watu. Sitasimama niseme Mheshimiwa Uchilo yako asikanyage Nairobi. Kwa nini? Aje Nairobi, hata akitaka nitamfacilitate afanye mkutano wake hapa Nairobi. Lakini semi kama hizo ambazo tunasikia kutoka kwa viongozi, huo ni mfumo wa siasa ambao tunataka tuuache nyuma.
Edwin Sifuna does not back down, not from tear gas, not from court battles, and uncertain not from a governor telling him to stay out of his county. Nairobi Senator and the embattled ODM Secretary General has drawn yet another line in the sand, and this time Migori County is the battleground.
Tutaingilia mkutano ya watu. Sitasimama niseme Mheshimiwa Uchilo yako asikanyage Nairobi. Kwa nini? Aje Nairobi, hata akitaka nitamfacilitate afanye mkutano wake hapa Nairobi. Lakini semi kama hizo ambazo tunasikia kutoka kwa viongozi, huo ni mfumo wa siasa ambao tunataka tuuache nyuma. Tunataka tuwe na honest debate and open debate. Wakitushinda kiakili watushinde tu. Lakini hii mambo ya fujo na kuambia wengine wasikanyage mahali pengine, hatuko katika serikali ya KANU bana. Hii ni serikali mpya.
So, speaking on Monday, March 2nd, 2026, during an interview with K24, Sifuna insisted that political leaders should embrace open democratic debate rather than issuing threats aimed at restricting movement or public engagement. He dismissed the notion that any county in Kenya could be declared off limits to him or his movement. His position was firm. Political competition must be won through ideas, not through intimidation. He made it clear that he would never use a counter warning telling Governor Anyako to stay out of Nairobi, or went further, offering to help facilitate any meeting the governor wished to hold in the capital. That offer was a deliberate contrast to what Sifuna called an outdated and authoritarian way of conducting politics. The senator vowed that Linda Mwananchi tours would resume after the Ramadan period with a planned visit to several regions, including the coastal region and Migori County. He delivered that pledge with intensity, invoking the name of the late ODM leader Raila Odinga as a symbol of political toughness. Sifuna argued that Raila did not build a political movement by raising leaders who surrender under pressure, framing his defiance as a continuation of that legacy. Sifuna also accused political formation opposed to the Linda Mwananchi agenda of always mobilizing against them every time they plan a rally, alleging that meetings are being turned into traps where chaos is deliberately engineered to make it appear as though they are unwelcome or unpopular. He cited the constitutional guarantee under the Article 38 of the Political Rights as the legal basis of which his team would continue to hold a public gathering regardless of the threat directed at them. On the same day, Sifuna vowed that rallies organized under the Linda Mwananchi movement would continue despite the police use of crowd control measures, declaring that even if the government deploy bees to disrupt his rally, the meeting won't end prematurely. That colorful expression of resilience came after several Linda Mwananchi events were disrupted by tear gas, with Sifuna accusing security forces of using excessive force against supporters. Sifuna's remarks came a day after Migori Governor Ochilo Ayako, speaking at poster grounds in Migori town on Sunday, March 1st, 2026, during an ODM Linda ground rally, urged residents not to allow the rival faction into the county. Anyako declared that Migori only recognized Siaya Senator Oburu Oginga as their ODM leader and warned that any individual intending to cause chaos should look for another place. His remarks were directed specifically at Linda Mwananchi faction and drew a hard territorial line within what is supposed to be a single party. The Linda Mwananchi faction comprised Sifuna, James Orengo, Babu Owino, Richard Onyonka, Godfrey Osotsi, Anthony Kibagende, Pauline Njoroge, Brian Weke, Caleb Amesi, among other leaders, are the faction that had previous massive rallies in Busia, Kitengela, and Kakamega, building grassroots momentum before Ramadan temporarily paused their nationwide tour schedule. During the Kakamega rally on February 1st, 2026, Sifuna had altered his travel routine after receiving urgent security warning, switching from a planned flight to Kisumu to a direct flight to Kakamega airstrip. A Linda Mwananchi truck carrying sound system had also been stolen near Yat on the Kisumu-Kakamega road the previous day. Vihiga Senator Godfrey Osotsi, an integral member of Linda Mwananchi team, revealed that the Linda Ground movement was formed at President Ruto's Kilgore's home on December 26, 2025, where all the party NEC members were present except him and Sifuna, and that all budgets from that forum were discussed in the presence of the head of state, President William Ruto. Sifuna's during the same March 2nd interview also expressed disappointments with how the party sidelined the Wiper party leader and its Kalonzo Musyoka, who had supported and rallied behind former minister Raila Odinga 3 consecutive times, arguing that if ODM was serious about forming coalition, it should have begun with Wiper leader, since both parties shared similar ideals that formed their past alliances.